tell you guys what kind of morning I had. We don't have a regular video that came up, but I'll tell you what happened. We've been here since yesterday, right? And I only had 5 hours and 40 minutes. So I decided to go ahead and stay another day, right? Now we got 70 hours and we got a load to go get now. So we're going to go pick that up here in a little while. But I got to tell you about my morning. And I would have probably tried to show in this, but it was dark. But the alarm system on my truck went crazy this morning. And it was telling me, I didn't know what it was telling me. I never heard this before. You know, it's like, what the hell? It woke me up right from a dead sleep. It was around 4 o'clock this morning when it took place. When I read the thing, it said it was down to 11.1 volts. That's what it was telling me. Shit. I had the bunk heater on, right? So everything shuts off. The lights shut off. The bunk heater shuts off. Everything shuts off. So I go up front trying to start the truck. It won't start. It won't start. It's just clicking. And it's getting cold. It's 31 degrees outside, which ain't no big deal, but it was starting to get cold in here, and Jake and Panda was starting to get cold. I put them under the blankets. Now, we have an after-hours shop that we can call. So I called, and I said, my truck is dead in the water. Now, remind you, it's 4 o'clock here. It's 3 o'clock there. So they're an hour behind. But I told him, and he said, can this wait till morning? I said, it is morning. And come on, Panda. She's trying to get underneath. Go. She's trying to get underneath the covers. But I said, it is morning. It's getting cold in here. We need a jump. So he says, well, let me see what I can find. So he's looking. There's a Love's down the road, first of all, 17 miles from here. So he said, call the Love's, tell them what your truck, because we have an account with Love's. We are closed. The shop is closed. Wait till 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 in the morning. I said, damn, man, it's getting cold in my truck. I need a jump. He said, well, I don't know what to tell you. These truck stops are garbage anymore. I mean, you may be able to get your diesel. You may be able to go in there and get a coffee. But when that shop is closed, it's closed. So as far as I'm concerned, they're not, it's a joke. The shop is a joke. But anyway, I called back. I called that night dispatch again, or shop, and I told him, I said, well, Love's ain't open. The shop ain't open. They won't be open till 7. So he wants me to call the TA. All right, I called the TA. He gave me the number. I called the TA. Because I'm the driver of the truck, they didn't want to talk to me. We got to talk to somebody who's in charge, who's paying the bill. I said, the shop is. Well, we got to talk to the shop. Actually, I'm paying the bill, but they're paying it up front, right? So I called night shop again, and I said, well, they're not going to talk to me. They want to talk to somebody who's going to pay the bill. And he said, well, you're paying the bill. I said, yeah, but you guys always pay up front, and then you take it from my settlement. He does not have the authorization to do that. He can't have anything paid or anything like that. It's got to come from dispatch. So he said, but no, he said, let me keep looking. So he's looking, and then he tells me a company is coming out. They're going to get you started. And as soon as he gets you fixed, just call it dispatch, and they'll set you up with a check. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, it's 5 in the morning by now. It's my time. It's 4 o'clock there. I said, they're not in. They won't be in. And he said, well, who did you talk to? I said, I talked to John Rose. That's how I got your number. That's how I knew to call you. So really, the only thing that he could do, because we have an account with Love's, if I was to go to a Love's because I have a flat tire or something like that, he can authorize it like that because we have an account with Love's. But anyway, this guy comes out, and about 5:30, and he's got this box that's got where he can jump your truck. They forgot to charge it. He comes out to my truck, he hooks that thing up. He said, now try it. I tried it, nothing. Click, 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 click. He said, I forgot to charge this thing up. I'm going to take it to my truck and charge it. Okay, so we're sitting in the truck. He's in his truck. He actually did come by and say, come back and said, if you want to sit inside my truck where it's warm, said, I'll just stay here. My dogs are in here. They're getting cold. So I'm going to stay and I'm going to get cold with them, you know, because I'm trying to keep them warm underneath the blankets and everything. I'm trying to keep them warm. And, but he goes back to his truck, and about 1 hour later, he actually comes back to my truck and he says, well, my boss and I talked it over. We're not going to charge you nothing because I came out here without my thing being charged, so I can't give you a jump. So we decided we're going to go ahead and leave, and you can call somebody else. I said, what? Call somebody else? It's damn cold in here, man. My dogs are freezing. I'm freezing. It's only 31 degrees, right? But it is cold. If you're in it too long, you start noticing it, right? I'm thinking, what the hell can I do here? My truck won't start. It's dead in the water. I still got an hour, well, 2 hours really, because I'm in Eastern time. My company's in Central time. Shit, I gotta get this thing started. So I go to YouTube and I'm trying to figure how to do this. And it dawned on me, I have a reefer unit. So I go inside the Flying J and I bought me a set of jumper cables. It cost me a few dollars though, $62 and change for the jumper cables. And they had another set that was only 35 and change, but they were 12 foot long and 10 gauge. And I bought a set that's 20 foot long and 8 gauge or something like that. Smaller the gauge, the bigger the wire, right? So I bought the jumper cables, and I come out to the truck. It's dark in here too, because when that alarm system goes off, it cuts everything off. Your bunk heater, your lights, so it's dark in here. But I open up this box right here. Oh, I can tell you. Yeah, 4 gauge. But this is what I bought. I don't know, you see the 4 gauge there? And 20 foot long. So anyway, I come out to the truck, not to really warm up because it's cold in here. I do have, and I know maybe I shouldn't have done this, but it was getting cold. Jake and Panda was getting cold. So I got this portable stove and I kind of lit it up a little bit, and that makes enough heat that it was actually warming up until the bottle gas ran out. I said, all right, time to start this thing up. So I went out to the reefer. I figured out where the battery was, so I put one end of the jumpers on the battery on the reefer. 20 foot fit, or it worked. It went from that battery all the way to my truck batteries, which is underneath my driver door, right? You got to take the skirt off. It folds down. Then I hooked the battery. As soon as I did that, I saw the lights in the truck come on. No, not as soon as I did that. I had to start the reefer, right? I started the reefer, and after the reefer started, then all the lights came on. So I come inside the truck. I knew not to try to start the truck right away. So I come back in the truck. Lights are working. This thing was saying 13.6. But I let it keep charging. I went ahead and turned on the bunk heater. And it held at 13.3 with the bunk heater on. Trying to warm Jake and Panda up is what I was trying to do. And I left the battery cables on the battery on the truck for about 20 minutes. Got up, turned the key, started right up. No problem. It's like, yeah, I feel good on that. I felt real good on that. So I got up, disconnected the batteries, rode the cables up, put everything back in my side box, closed that skirt. Now we're sitting in. Now I'm not shutting this thing off. I don't care what the Pennsylvania law is, 5 minutes or whatever. I'm not shutting this truck off now for a while, because I'm warming it up now in here, and the batteries, I'm letting the batteries charge. But I was real proud of myself. I actually started the truck, jumped myself. Now I love the reefer. I like the idea, because if I had a dry box, I wouldn't have been able to start me up. But because the reefer has a battery and alternator and all that, it did a fine job. It started my truck up. So we did it. We got the truck running. And so the lesson from that is, if you do have a reefer unit, get you a set of jumper cables, get you the longest period that you can with the smallest gauge. It will actually start your truck if it ends up dead. So with that being said, I had to tell you this story because what a great story. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys on the next one. Later.